Hello, we're the management team running the Camilla Palace Hotel. My name is Marcos Reyes-Chadro, and I'm the co-head of the Revenue Management Department together with...
I'm João Murasa, and I'm also the co-head of the Revenue Management.
I'm Shari Navari, and I'm the Refurbishment Manager.
I'm Maria Linova, and I'm the Channel Distribution Manager.
I'm Francesco Lara, I'm the head of marketing.
The Camilla Palace Hotel is located in the city center with 250 guest rooms divided into two categories: premium with 50 rooms and standard with 200 rooms. Furthermore, we have a restaurant with 125 seats with adjoining 50-seat bar lunch section. We also dispose of one bay exercise room, a small pool, and an outdoor recreation area. In addition, it is worth mentioning that our hotel disposes of multiple services and facilities, from guest digital entertainment to 2,000 square feet of conference and event space in flexible configurations for up to 100 persons. The precedent is highly appreciated by business travelers requiring close proximity to city center, leisure travelers of whom a percentage will request premium rooms, and groups seeking for spaces for organizational meetings. After analyzing in detail the characteristics of the market, we decided to implement a premium price positioning. That is to say, a scheming strategy. Developments in three key areas: the economy, our market area, and our hotel are all indicating opportunities for better business performance this year. In fact, we could put emphasis on the considerably high median annual income and the relocation of new corporate headquarters into the area. Therefore, we have decided to target the following segments: premium, bar, contract, and large groups.
Hello, I'm João Murasa, and I'm the co-head of Revenue Management. As for our pricing strategy, we decided to scheme the market, thus implementing the maximizing rate strategy, taking into consideration that each segment have different willingness to pay. Thus, we charge higher prices for premium and lower prices for groups as they increase our occupancy. Furthermore, we always kept an eye for our competition prices, as our main strategy is to keep the prices higher than the comp set, as well trying to keep lower prices for the weekend because we want to stimulate the demand. We clearly see the strategy for the premium guest. However, for the other segments in certain months, we have gone below the comp set. This is due to our pricing strategy. Thus, by analyzing closely, we can confirm that we lower the prices the more we advance in each quarter. Perhaps we should have paid more attention to seasonality, as the prices tend to go lower to the high season, while it should be the opposite. And if we analyze closely the occupancy rate, we can confirm that the occupancy has gone up whenever we decrease the prices. By analyzing our profitability performance, we can verify that we were very successful in keeping the high profits for our segments, with the exception of premium. Additionally, the first quarter was the least profitable, while the third quarter was the most profitable, by having a constant increase of 22%, with the last quarter going down by 26%. In overall, we sacrificed occupancy for a better ADR index, since the competition is very unstable and unpredictable. Our RGI has gone up and down, with certain months being better than the others. And in May, we can see the biggest change. That's due to the group that we have accepted with the rate of $70. At the time, we knew it was very low. However, after analyzing better, we can see that we have increased our revenue, we increased our occupancy, and this segment had the highest profitability than any other segment in any other month.
Good afternoon, my name is Shirley Navari, and I'm the Refurbishment Manager of the Camilla Palace Hotel. I take care of the maintenance of the property and make sure to allocate the right amount of resource to make the hotel attractive to its clientele. Along with the management team, I decided to improve the overall facilities to place the Camilla Hotel among the best quality hotels of the market. I worked closely with the operation department over the last 12 months as we decided to apply a skimming price strategy. As a matter of fact, it was necessary to invest in Camilla's building to follow up with our desired positioning. The first quarter was decisive, as we had to invest a lot in renovations that would take place during the market low season. We have invested over $605K in facilities, refurbishment, and services to generate a quarterly department revenue of $1,609K with a net margin of $85K. These financial figures depict our right decisions and help increasing the overall reputation of the hotel. Our average reputation score for the quarter is 84, while our competitor Hotel Maestro only accomplished 79%. Additionally, our price positioning was correct, as we stayed within the right quadrant of the price-value map. The second quarter aimed to maintain the current state of the hotel. As requested by the market, we invested $130K into new facilities. Our facilities generated a profit of 1,037K, an increase of 63% over the last period. We did not succeed as well as our competitors in terms of reputation, as they increased their ratings to 82, while we only did to 79. The third quarter was the market high season. We did not invest in new facilities, neither in services that would have made some sales point out of order. We invested 180K in refurbishment to maintain the standards of the hotel and please our guests. Our facilities produced 154K of net profit, which is a fantastic result for the high season. Our competition offered better quality services, as they have 7 more points in their reputation index. During the last quarter of the year, our continuous investment were granted, as the overall market reputation went down, while our increased. In conclusion, we successfully managed to position the hotel in the luxury segment. Our facilities have been very profitable, our guests happy for the price they pay.
My name is Maria Ulyanova. I'm the channel distribution manager. Having seen the information provided about the channel distribution prior to our management, we have noted that the demand per distribution channel was expected to follow the same pattern. However, after considering the reservation costs per each channel, we noticed that OTA commission was 20%, the highest, and GDS was 15%. Direct reservations were only $10 per booking. Hence, we focused on direct bookings as the least costly channel, applying the pool strategy. Also, considering the cost of wholesale of 35% per booking, we decided to refrain from using it because it was the least profitable. Nevertheless, due to our extremely low occupancy, wholesale was used to compensate for the lacking occupancy through wholesale reservations, which we allowed a constant 10% of reservations throughout the year. Our main segment were premium, bar, contract, and large group, as can be seen. On average, throughout the year, our room sales remained constant across 3 segments, excluding the third quarter, where there was a high season. For premium, a majority of our reservations came from GDS and direct channel. For bar, the situation was very similar. As for contract segment, we mainly focused on direct, attributing 70% to this channel continuously across all quarters. The other 30% were granted to GDS, and hence, we can see that the majority of reservations came directly. With large group segment, we only used direct channels for reservations, and the sales were similar in quarter 1 and 4. The average of 610 rooms per month. They peaked in the second quarter with the RFP and also rose compared to the first and fourth quarter. In the third quarter, due to high season, most of our sales volume was generated during weekdays. We can see that the yearly weekday sales were double the weekend sales. For the weekend sales, the majority of our volume was generated by bar, tour, and guaranteed segments, whereas for the weekdays, large group, bar, and contract. Clearly, bar segment remained our main target and was the most successful. In terms of trigger points, in the first quarter, we applied discounts between 10 to 15% with occupancy lower than 45% to build up the occupancy. In the second quarter, seeing an increase in occupancy, we have adjusted our trigger points to offer discounts if the occupancy was below 55%, but much lower than in the first quarter, as we were still applying skimming. In May, however, no discounts were offered due to our in-house RFP. In the third quarter, we have lifted the trigger points further to 65% occupancy, however the discount values remain the same. In the fourth quarter, we lowered the trigger points to win over occupancy after the high season, keeping the discounts constant.
Hello, I'm Francesco Laira, the marketing manager for the Camilla Palace Hotel. Together with the distribution channel manager, we decided to rely mainly on direct channel, which accounts for 55% of our marketing expenses. We mainly use direct channel. In fact, as we can see in the graph, there is a constant evolution in comparison to other channels. This allowed us to target larger groups. This segment, in fact, prefers direct booking channel. Furthermore, the contract guest also favor direct channel when stipulating contracts for lodging, as this facility faster and easier communication and negotiation. Premium guests also heavily rely on direct channels. Moreover, we decided to allocate 15%, as we can see on the graph, of expenses to OTA to attract transient guests. In the first quarter, we wanted to assess the response of our customer to GDS and wholesaler. Seeing the success of using GDS as we can see in the graph, we assign a higher percentage of expenses to this channel. Throughout the year, it accounted for 26% of the total expenses. As per guideline, the initial budget has been calculated as suggested, using 6 to 7% of total revenue. We chose to invest a slightly higher amount for the first quarter, as we were practicing a skimming strategy that might have been aggressive for customers. The graph 1, in fact, therefore, together with the sales department, we decided to have a higher percentage of marketing expenses. This was challenging, as we could incur the risk of not getting a fair return on investment. At the end of the first quarter, the results and feedbacks received were positive. All our target segments were captured with 9% of market shares, except for contracted with 6%. They might have preferred other channels, such as GDS. Despite a fair market share and the target reached, the hotel was not achieving an overall fair occupancy rate in comparison to the market. Therefore, we increased the marketing expenses to compensate for the low occupancy. Based on our analysis of the first 2 quarters, GDS, with a little investment, was boosting shares more for our target segments. Therefore, we decided to increase the marketing expenses for GDS. Hence, 2 unique segments became dominant: package and tour, as we can see. A particular case to be highlighted is in May. With our RFP, naturally, our market share of large groups segments raised significantly, and we decided to decrease the repatriated expenses for the large group. In quarter 3, our high season, we decided to boost marketing expenses in the first month and heavily invest in our main distribution channel, direct and GDS, and refrain from investing for the rest of Q3. The percentage of our target market increased, but not in the way we hoped. At the end of quarter 3 and the beginning of quarter 4, there is a high peak in marketing expenses. The reason for this is due to a human error caused by a wrongful percentage calculation that led to a lower revenue. The situation was recovered by bringing the investment on the threshold of our average spending of the first 2 quarters. In the last quarter, we increased again the marketing expenses, as our aggressive pricing strategy meant losing market share in occupancy. Therefore, we tried to compensate by increasing our expenses. To sum up, at the end of the year, as average, our main segments shares were tour, package, and large group with transient following. Despite some human error and our high marketing expenses for the whole period, our segments were rich and satisfied with our timely and helpful advertising and marketing activity.
Recommendations are particularly the pricing department. In the short run, we should do a more detailed analysis of seasonality. Take into consideration new segments that, for instance, were not targeted but remain considerably profitable compared to other segments. The precedent is due to the fact of a higher market share, regardless of the effort not taken by our management company to target them. For the long run, we should better leverage the capacity of the Camilla Palace Hotel in terms of weekdays and weekends, as well as increase the profitability of our hotel by improving the rate parity strategy. As for the refurbishment department, in the short run, we should keep applying the same strategy. Focus more on the segment instead of the seasons. For the long run, we should consider the possibility to finance the refurbishment through bank loans in order to allocate the investment at the right moment to the right segments. In the coming year, for the channel distribution management, we recommend to continue focusing on direct channels and GDS. Yet, we believe that the Camilla management should refrain from using wholesale in any segment, as it is too costly, and even though it generates impressive volume, it is the least profitable. To finalize, in the short run, for the marketing department, we should try to establish marketing expenses threshold together with the sales department in order to respect the budget given. In the long run, we should keep monitoring the market segments in order to better understand the effectiveness of the marketing expenses in the different segments.